XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, if we refer to our analysis, when the price was exactly here, we mentioned we're looking for buy because we were talking about this correction. And at that times, we put our target. The first take profit was 0.47, the second was 0.495, and the last one was 0.535. Okay, and we mentioned this is where we're looking for. As we can see, this is what we're looking for. And as we can see, the first take profit tag and the second one also we get. And as we can see, exactly the price tag, and now we see the reverse. Okay, now the thing is, as we can see, the price tag almost where we put our take profit is near to the top, because we will I mean every time we mention the possibility the price can tag and reverse. This is exactly what happened. Okay, the first one was at this top, and the second was not exactly, because this is based on the ratio we have. It's not based on top. Okay, the top is here. All right, but in our analysis, keep we mentioning, we pointing on this one, may the price can tag and reverse. By the way, this is what we were looking for, and the first take profit and second hit already. And as we can see, the sharply price reverse. We want to see what's the next, whether we should look for the reversal as what we expected, or the price can turn to a correction here for continuation. Okay, in this case, we move to daily chart. We see what's the changes. As we can see, based on daily chart, we have been looking for this down move, and then we mention whether this is the start of the up move or correction for one more drop. Because what we're looking, we want the price to take this high. But the only question is whether this is the start of the up move, or we expecting to get the correction for one more drop, at least to break this low before we get the reversal. All right. In this case, we move to forward chart. Okay. Based on forward chart, if I put this one here, all right. Based on forward chart, when the price was within this move, we mentioned that when the price come to this top, the price is almost 50 cents. Even in my last analysis, we mentioned we need to see whether there is a continuation or not, because we mentioned we made this one turn to a bigger correction flat in relative to this. We made the price can break or tag, or as long as the price is near to this top, maybe we can get the reversal. Then the price can reverse, drop. Then from there we look for buy, or this is the start of the up move. That's why we mentioned if we get any buy, we take it. And as long as the price come to this top, which is almost 50, 0.5, then we start to manage. But right now, what we see, sharply tag or take profit and drop. Okay, you know, we want to see what's the next, whether this is the one, because if we look based on 1 hour chart, we see this is a correction. Sorry, this is a correction in relative to this move, and we get this. Whether this is the one is going to drop, because if the price is going to drop, break this low here, okay, it depends whether this one is 0.39 and here is almost 0.36 or 7. Okay, then from there any buy we take it, because if the price drop, still we will be within this correction. We will have this move, including this 2-3 as a flat with this for next move, or this one can turn to a bigger correction for price to break this low. Okay, that means if we get a down move, the question is whether can break this one, or anywhere between here we can get the reversal or break this low. If the price break 0.36, mostly we can expect the price to drop quite a lot. Maybe we move to, if I put back this one here, all right, this is what we're looking for. That means if this one turned to a correction in relative to this move, the expectation is the price to break this low. Even is easily the price can retest the 0.34. But if whatever, I mean, the price drop without breaking this low, this one turned to a bigger correction in relative to this move based on 1 hour chart, we can see, then may the price, I mean, we get the reversal with or without break this low, then we don't expect the price to drop quite a lot. Okay, by the way, we don't need to care about all these things, because we cannot, we need to see when, if the price drop. No, we are looking for whether this is for one move down or not. Then from there we see which one can break. Okay, in this case we move to lower time frame, 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can trade it. All right. If we put back everything, all right, the first and the second tag already. And now we are within this move. This is what we were looking for. Correction 1, 2, 3. The price broke the top. We want to see based on the indicators what we have. If we put this one and relative to each other, the first one, if I refer, we see we had a divergence. Each one, all right, as long as the price was increasing, this one was decreasing. But based on MACD, we don't have that one. That's why this one for XRP was giving us a better result. But if we compare both of them, each one has a different result. By the way, this is what we were expected. Now we want to see whether we can. Okay, now the question, because based on forward chart, we were talking about this one make and drop. Now the thing is whether we get a more complex correction here for continuation to break out the top here, which is 50, 0.5. If we get, then the next target will be almost 0.535. And if we the price tag this one, I think mostly we get the continuation. Then we don't need to look for reversal. Unless, okay, whatever we take right now, if we get the bigger correction here, because as we can see right now, whatever we get the sharp move. If this one continue, I think then mostly the price can drop, unless after 1 or 2 hours we get the correction here. Okay, if we want to look for sell, if we get any correction here, then mostly we can expect the price to drop, and then it can give us a sell. And the sell we went at, if we get a sell, we can look for the breakout of this line, which is 0.44, okay, 44. By the way, no, the only question is again whether this is the start of the up move. As I mentioned, the only times you can get the confirm, if we get, get the confirmation this is the start of the up move, that if we get a correction here. All right, as long as we get similar to what I draw here. But if the price continue drop, give a flag, mostly we can expect the price to retest this low at least. Then from there we need to see whether it retest this one reversal, or as I explained based on forward chart, if it's continue and break this low, then we can expect the drop more. Even we mentioned at least 0.34 or lower. Okay, by the way, right now we don't have any trade set up. The only thing is we just need to follow the chart, and we only things is we need to see what we get here. And right now we cannot sell or we cannot buy, because already from what we have, this move already done, finish. Okay, that's why we need to wait to see what we get here, maybe another few hours or next day. Then from there we can make a decision. And what we expecting, even if we get a correction, the next move we expecting to be quite sharp. If we get a correction for buy, that's why I mentioned if we get a correction for buy with the breakout of the 0.5, the next target at least is 0.5, make it 4. And then from there, we can expect the continuation. But again, we cannot confirm. This is what we think. So we need to see how if they get a correction, how the price can move. If not, that means there is a continuation with the flag. Mostly we can expect the price to drop. Okay, and we don't need to, if the price drop, we don't need to wait for the breakout of this low or this one. Okay, as long as we get the drop even to this low here, then any reversal we will look for buy, because as we mentioned, the price can drop to this low. Again, where is this low? Where, if I put my line here, almost is 0.39. Anywhere, if we get, for example, correction for one, anywhere within this range, also if we get any reversal point, we will look for buy. It depends on then how deep it can go. We cannot confirm right now, because if this one become a correction in relative of this one, as we mentioned, this one can drop, even break this low, but even can reverse without breaking what we pointing. Okay, anyway, I think I don't need to explain more. It's become like quite confusing if I talk more. Anyway, we just the only things is right now we need to do is to look to see what we get here. Then from there we make a next decision. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.